look who is hanging out with us, Mr. Draymond Green, because guess what? After one of the craziest off seasons in NBA history, basketball's finally back, people. Training camps open today, as in evidence here. And we were just talking during the break. I have Warriors questions for you, but you just said offhandedly to the both of us, you don't think guys have to be tough to play in the NBA anymore?
I don't think so.
You don't think toughness is a factor?
No, not at all. You know, the way you have to defend in the NBA now, the way the game is going, the style of play, I don't think when you're evaluating a talent as far as a scout or a GM, I don't think toughness should be one of the things you're evaluating, because you don't have to be tough to play in this league today.
I mean, but what is actual toughness? Is it a skill? Is
he's
it because
got
you
some.
foul hard? Of course he has some. I mean, he plays with aggression. He motivates his teammates. He's tough on the inside. But define toughness in a basketball game. Is it getting the tough rebounds? Is it pushing guys around?
Right.
See, in the old days, toughness was the guys who made the hard fouls,
the elbows,
guys who
Ben
made
Wallace,
the flagrant fouls. You know, and that's what he's pretty
Oakley.
much saying. There's none of that anymore, so you don't need it. There's a different type of toughness now.
All right, well, we will debate the larger NBA as we go through the season. I do want to ask you about the Warriors in this crazy offseason. Y'all were the calm ones. You re-signed all the core players. Meanwhile, the explosions are happening. Players are getting traded all over the league. Guys are leaving.
Man.
You've had this great back and forth with the Cleveland Cavaliers. The biggest thing of the offseason was the guy who hit the game-winning shot over y'all in Game 7 2 years ago asked for a trade off LeBron James' team. You're all sitting pretty over here. What do you guys think as you're watching all that?
I mean, you know, when you sit back and watch it, it's obviously crazy. You know, just to think that that much movement is going on, to think, you know, that a guy who we faced 3 times in a row in the finals will want to leave that. You know, all that's crazy. And sitting back and watching it, you have to be sure to really understand that all that is cool, but at the end of the day, we still got to step out on the floor and play. You know, I've seen so many things this summer. The Warriors will win 3, 4, 5 in a row, and it's not that easy. You still got to go out there and play. And so, I mean, I'm a basketball fan, so it was interesting to see all the moves.
Right.
But I don't take it one way or the other. Like, people ask me, oh, did the Cavs get worse, or did Boston? We got to play. And trust me, before we can ever play the Cavs or the Celtics, we got a lot to face in the West.
Outside of Kyrie moving, there's been a lot of movement in the Western Conference. You've seen a lot of Eastern Conference All-Stars come over to the West. Now, to you, because I look at you guys as head over heels over the rest of the league, who do you see as y'all biggest challenge this year in the West?
I mean, for me, it's always San Antonio. I think Minnesota's going to be much improved. I think they're going to be a tough team to beat. I think Houston's improved. They're going to be a tough team to beat. OKC improved. They're going to. But I just don't ever think you can put anyone above San Antonio. For everything that they've done, they've never had a drop-off. They won 60-some games last year. Yeah. I just always think San Antonio, until they have that drop-off to where we all can see it and say, dang, that's not the old San Antonio,
right.
I'll always think them, because everybody, you see all the moves that happen, and you forget to say, man, San Antonio, right, I'll never forget them.
They always fly under the radar to me.
It's still there. We just had Kevin Durant walk behind us. As someone who has gotten involved in public controversy before and a little bit of stuff online, your mom likes to clap back at people online. What advice and commentary did you have for Kevin this week after everything that was going on with him?
I mean, you know, KD, number one, he's a grown man. You know, he's a mega star, and he's a great person. And so for me, you know, I just talked to him. Actually, I laughed in his face. You know,
did you?
when I had my mishap on social media.
Yes, your mishap, is that what we're calling it?
Mishap.
These days?
we were at USA, and all of them laughed in my face. So I walked up to him. I said, "Hey, bro, I remember y'all laughing in my face. I got you back this time. Not just laughed in his face."
Right.
Can you guys have a good time with it? Is it loose enough?
I mean, we're always going to have a good time. That's the type of environment we have. You know, we enjoy each other. You know, we have fun. We're never too serious. Obviously, you know, he know what mistakes he's made and he's spoken on them, so I don't really need to speak on them. We're always going to have a good time. Nothing you do is safe from this group. You're going to hear about it, so we're definitely going to have fun with it.
The good thing about their mishaps,
yes,
they've owned up to them.
Yes.
And people move on from that.
Yeah, and people do respect that. I think that's a big deal.